According to Apostle Paul of the New Testament of the Bible, all church leaders called by God are given specific gifts by the Holy Spirit to aid them in their work in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm Phyllis Tucker Saunders, and welcome to our podcast, Conversations with Two Golden Queens. And today's topic is the gift and healing hearts. I am here with my co-host, Dottie J, and our special guest, Dr. Candy Williams. Hello, ladies, and welcome.
Hello, Phyllis.
Hello, Phyllis.
Hello, Candy.
Hey, Dottie J.
So great to see you guys, and we're looking forward to a great discussion today. But before we go, let me just tell our audience a little bit about Dr. Candy Williams, our special guest. Dr. Candy Williams was born and raised in Camden, New Jersey. She attended Woodrow Wilson High, now Eastside High School, and graduated in 1975 with honors. She obtained her Bachelor's of Science degree from Douglas College, Rutgers University in 1979. Dr. Williams obtained her doctorate degree in 2009 from Nova Southeastern University in Florida. Dr. Williams is a retired educator of 30 years as a guidance counselor from the Camden City School District. And Dr. Williams is an author of two books, which we will be talking about today, Healing Hearts and also The Gift. And also Dr. Williams is an adjunct professor at Rowan University, where she teaches health and wellness classes. Welcome, Dr. Williams. It's so great to have you.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here this afternoon.
Thank you. We're going to have Dottie J just kind of introduce this session and start us off with our first question for you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you and welcome, Dr. Candy, who is also my amazing, phenomenal sister.
All right.
Yay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And we are so happy to have you here today to share information, because our podcast is basically enjoying senior living. So you have written two awesome books that teaches us how to enjoy life, give us more inspiration into how to enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that you attended Eagles International. And could you give us some more insight as to Eagles International and exactly what they do?
Yep. I attended the Eagles International Network. It's a technical training school online, and it was founded by Dr. Pamela Hardy Scott. About 10 years ago, she decided that she wanted to teach dance. She has a doctorate in a religious dance. That's what her doctor's degree is. So she travels all over the world teaching all different types of dance classes. So upon her doing that, she also does different classes in theology, the School of Worship, the School of Dance, drama, all types of classes. So it became a huge school. So
She sounds like a really busy lady.
She's a really busy lady, but she has a dynamite team. So my sister Letty went there for the first class when she first started, and I really enjoyed it. Then Diane went, but they were taking all dance classes or theology classes or some other type of ministry. But, I went for the author's class, which they offered, which was very, very good. And this is how I was able to develop my writing skills a little better and to stay on track, because it is a class which you meet twice a week and they help you stay on track, meet all your goals, and so that you complete your book. And not only do they help you complete your book, they design your covers and they publish your book.
Oh, wow. That sounds like something I need to do.
Yes, because sometimes we need that extra push.
Yeah, because I have two books already, but I didn't have any technical trainings, which is probably what I need. So I have to call you offline about that one.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
So Dr. Candy, we are talking about your two books today, Healing Hearts and The Gift.
Yes.
And I have, of course, copies of both of them. And what was your inspiration in writing each of your books?
Okay. My first book, Healing Heart, my inspiration was my girlfriends and my family. And I just start sending out all types of texts in the morning, like, good morning, have a great day, whatever you're going through, you can make it, I got you, all different types of little sayings. So they were like, you know what, you encourage us. And I would do this every day. You encourage us all the time. You need to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, you know what? I do need to write a book.
Wow.
So I was old school. I was writing it down. So then I finally started putting it together. And of course, you just can't have a book of just just saying. So you had to have some meat to it. So then that's when I enrolled in the class. So they helped me develop the book. But those are all the little sayings that I was sending out every day.
That's
Wow,
right.
nice.
Yes. And
And that's your Healing Hearts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so that book was developed I retired in 2018. So I published this book in 2019 because I had a lot of free time. So I decided to publish that book. The Gift was published during the pandemic. As you know, we had a lot of time. So I love writing. So I stayed home and decided to do The Gift. And basically that book is for all audiences, not just women, because just like you have a gift, Phyllis, Dottie has a gift. We all have a gift. This book is designed to let you build upon your gift and go out and share your gift with others. And there are so many different types of gifts that we all need to explore. Like I have a gift. I know I have a gift to write. I have a gift to be a leader. And in my book, The Gift, I give you this survey where you can go to and you take the survey and it tells you where your strengths lie. And that's where your gifts are.
Okay. That is really good. Now, can you just share a little bit more about your personal journey or experience that led you to focus on healing and encouragement for women? I know you talked about, the text that you would send, but is there anything else that inspired you?
Yes, and a lot inspired me in that we women, we all go through so much. And then I was just wear a face like I was happy all the time. But my inspiration is that no, I'm not happy. I need somebody to call me. I need somebody that I can talk to. I was a counselor professionally. So I was always talking to people, but who's going to talk to me?
Right.
Who's going to encourage me? So with that being said, I was like, I need some type of inspiration as well. And I want to give women hope. You're not in this thing alone. You're not in this thing alone. So everything look good is not good.
Now, did you ever get the feeling that some people looked at you as, she's a strong Black woman, she don't need anybody?
Yes, I did. Yes, I do. And it's sad in that I may look strong. I may look like I'm doing good. I got a good job. I got a beautiful daughter that's a nurse practitioner. I have a beautiful family. Well, nothing's wrong with her.
Girl, tell me about it.
Girl.
I think we lost Dottie J there for a minute. Let me admit her back in.
Okay.
But yeah, I had the same thing with people looking at me as a strong Black woman. And, sometimes I just wanted somebody to just recognize the fact that, I need healing too.
Yes.
And one day, this girl, she didn't know me from Adam. And I just kind of, ran into her at the library and she said, you look like you need a hug today. That's the first time anybody had ever said anything like that to me. And it was just amazing. We've been friends ever since.
Yes. See? And the thing is, you somebody could see that in you. Like, I need a hug sometimes too.
Yes. And that's somebody with great perception and probably with the strong spiritual connection that can see that in other people. Now, do you have a favorite reading or passage from either of the books that you find particularly meaning or impactful? And can you just share it with us and explain why it's significant to you?
I have one in particular because the book really breaks it down into different topics such as live on purpose, love yourself, God never fails, and trust in the Lord. So what I really did was just took the first one. The first chapter simply says, take off.
Now, which book are we in?
We're in Healing Hearts.
Healing Hearts. Okay. And the first chapter of Healing Hearts.
The first chapter of Healing Hearts simply says, take off. And I said, I'll just read a little bit. I began some time ago committed to praying and meditating every morning from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. So one morning I started sending encouraging text messages to my sisters, my coworkers, and my friends, 8 o'clock every morning. And most would say, thank you. I need this morning. I love your text messages. They always lift me up. They always make me smile. So I began writing down all my encouraging text messages. So let the journey begin, ladies. So I would say meditating and praying helps me to start my day off with positive vibes. I meditate in my quiet time and sometimes play soft music. I think about places that people places and people that make me happy. And I'm gonna stop right there because
Wow.
the key to this thing in life is being happy with yourself.
Yes, yes,
And I
absolutely.
believe that we all want to be happy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right? It's a struggle
Yes.
sometimes.
Mhm.
Yes,
Now, do
indeed.
you still send out your text messages?
Not as much. I sent out now. I got savvy that the little everybody sends out the little sayings from clip art or whatever. I've been sending those out. My sister does it every morning, but I think it's more personal if you actually write it down and send it out instead of just grabbing one of those clip art. And sending it. Yeah.
So you don't do it as much as you used to?
No, I don't. Okay. I just like I said, I've been grabbing the little clip arts instead of just saying. And sometimes I'll go back to my book and I'll take a copy of the page and I'll send it out. Like, read this. This is what you need today.
Right. And you know that is so important how you talk about in the morning when you first get up, that meditation and that time, because that really sets the tone for your whole day. And I do that too. Mine is not an hour.
Right.
Mine is more like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
But
I get about 10 minutes in before my son is saying, "Where's my breakfast?"
Right.
That's as long as you can get some time into yourself before your day gets busy and hectic. So you can set aside, even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And I used to do that, Phyllis, when I was working, because I was up anyway. I was working. It's harder now that I'm retired. I might do a half hour, 20 minutes, whatever. But when I was working, I was up anyway. So that's when I would do my meditation, do my praying, go work out a half hour, whatever. But now I'm tired, is not as much.
And Candy, people are just probably looking at you saying, okay, you so motivated and all this anyway. But a lot of people are not. And I know you've already given some tidbits, but what would you say to people who are like couch potatoes?
Well, I would tell them, in order for you to grow, get up off that couch. You gotta increase your vision. You gotta challenge yourself. You gotta be motivated, so that you can, walk on your own purpose and claim, everybody has a purpose.
Yes.
My purpose might not be yours. God gave us all a different purpose. And like I said, that brings me to Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plan he has for you.
Yes.
Your plan is not my plan.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
And I always tell people that you have to feed your mind with positive thoughts.
Yes.
Because if you let the devil get in your mind and put negative thoughts in your mind, that's where you're going to go.
Right.
So you really need to protect your mind, really.
Yeah, that's
Feed positive thoughts. Like you were saying, Candy, in the morning, you meditate and you pray and you read the Bible. That's positive. That's positive.
Right.
And people need to do that not only in the morning, but all day.
All
and
day.
all night. Yes.
All day.
All day, every day. Because the devil stays on us. He tries to beat us down all the time.
Yes.
That's right.
But being positive and trying to keep your people that you are around. You want to stay in a circle of positive people. You don't want to be around people that's negative all the time, because negativity draws, negative thoughts, negative actions, and that's what you don't want.
Right.
Like, I don't want to. I don't mean that. I don't want to be around a bunch of losers. I'm just sorry. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right. Or like you say, negative people. Because negative people, negative thoughts attracts negativity to you. Positive thoughts usually attracts positivity to you. So you want to try to stay positive regardless of our circumstances.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. I agree.
Dottie, I know we lost you there for a moment, but did you have any another question for Candy?
Right, Candy. Both of us, all three of us, and most senior citizens have challenges in our lives. Candy's the primary caregiver for our mother, and I'm the primary caregiver for my son, and Phyllis takes care of everybody. So, Candy, can you give us some examples or some tidbits on how you balance taking care of mom, taking care before you had your dog. He just
Oh my goodness.
he was so ill for so long and so
Mhm.
precious, and that was a challenge caring for him. So how do you balance? Most people our age need help in balancing life because it can
That's true.
definitely be a challenge at our age.
It's definitely a challenge. It's definitely a challenge, but the balance is that I do get some kind of relief when I have you, I have Candace. Sometimes I go out with Charles just to get away
Right.
because we have to do self-care and we got to do
Absolutely.
a self-care check because if something happened to me, like I'm no good.
Right.
So every now and then I'll go get a massage or I'll go Atlantic City or whatever, do something for yourself. You need to have balance in life because everything is not go, 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 go. You're going to burn out. You're going to burn out and you're going to break your own self down. So there's a thin line. And I know Dottie knows because sometimes I get very, very overwhelming with mommy. And then that's when the rest of the family has to step in because she sees it.
Yes.
And she know, okay, it's time for her to take a break. I'll get on a plane in a minute.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm just saying, you got to take care of yourself.
Right.
Self-care is very, very important in this thing.
Excellent. Yep, absolutely.
That's right.
I think Dottie, you wanted to ask her about some other books she's about to write, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm excited. It's a long process, but this next book is called Trust the Process.
Okay.
And I've asked, it's called Trust the Process because everything we do is a process and sometimes we try to rush it. And what made me want to write this book is that what I was going through, all my hair was falling out, I cut all my locks off and I was like, oh my God, I look a mess, blah, blah, blah. But we are not our hair. So I had to learn that, I'm not my hair. I'm who I am with or without any hair. So now that my hair is coming in, it's a process and it's stages that it's going through as we grow. So I even reached out to different people who are going to be in this book. What is your process? I even asked Dottie, how do you deal with taking care of Tony? Like, what's the process?
Yes.
And my brother had a stroke. He couldn't walk, but God allowed him to be in a wheelchair. Then from the wheelchair to the cane, to walking. So those are the steps that you take during this process. Wow. So that's why I wanted to write a book about let God trust the process. And there's different people's story that's in this book, and it's illustrations in this book. So that's why it's taking me a little longer because it's going to have pictures in it.
Okay. Now, when are you planning to release that book? Or do you know yet?
Well, I am going to release it prayerfully by the end of this year. I'm on chapter 5 now. So.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm waiting for the people that I reached out to send in their part as well.
Yes, indeed.
Dottie J is one of them.
I sent you a small synopsis, but I'll give you a little more.
Okay. I need at least a page or two.
Yes.
A page is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Candy, what else do you do besides write great books?
Oh my God. Well, you know that I'm a professor at Rowan University, that I've been there even before I retired. I've been at Rowan almost 13 years. So I teach all health and wellness classes there. I love my classes there. And I like to travel. I'm the president of our scholarship ministry at church. I'm a dance leader, and I no longer really work with my girls group called Janae's Jewels, but I still mentor different girls within my church. And I'm telling Dottie now, we coming back.
All right. I'm looking forward.
We're coming back. I still work with girls and mentor girls as well.
Yes. That's a passion of both of ours.
I'm on a panel right now. And I'm going to be on a mental health panel with Candace in May. And I'll be vending at several events that are happening in Cherry Hill in May as well.
Now, when you say you're vending, what are you selling, your books?
Yes, it's like a health and wellness convention going on, and whatever there's like church conventions, they're always looking for vendors.
Right.
So if I know ahead of time, I'll get a vending fee, which is anywhere from $50 to $100. I'll start ordering all my books and getting all my materials together, and I'll have a table there.
Oh, okay. And when is this?
May 10th.
May 10th, and that's at your church. And that's at your church?
No, this one is at the DoubleTree in Cherry Hill.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Send me some information on that.
I'll send you that, and I'll send you the one on mental health as well.
Okay. That sounds good.
That's
Well, Dr.
excellent.
J, any more questions we have for our wonderful Dr. Candy Williams?
Candy, what were the challenges that you encountered as you were writing your books, and how did you overcome them?
Some of the major challenges is staying on task and staying on point. Even when I was getting my doctorate, it is a challenge to stay focused. And then sometimes you get what is called a writer's block.
Yes.
And just you lose focus and you can't go any further. So that means you need to take a break.
Right.
So that's one of the major challenges is trying to get yourself a schedule and stay on it. But don't make it so hard where you can't achieve that goal. Like I might say, all right, I'm gonna write a chapter this week. And that's easy. I could do a chapter this week. That's easy. But don't say, oh, I'm gonna do 3 chapters this week.
Right.
Because you're putting too much on yourself and you don't want to stress yourself out.
Right.
And then sometimes things come up. Like I had to take a leave of absence, so to speak, from trust the process because of mommy and everything she was going through her in and out of the hospital. So I couldn't stay focused.
Right.
So your main goal is don't overwhelm yourself. And there's nothing like you want to do it in a spirit of excellence. So you don't want to just throw it together.
Right.
You want it to sell. You want to get your point across. And you don't want it to have all kinds of mistakes. And you don't want to rush it.
That's right.
And there's no rush.
That's right. Yeah. I noticed that you put a time limit. You plan to finish your book by the end of this year. But that's not, written in stone, but at least sometimes when you do put a time limit, it does encourage you. It does push you to finish in a timely fashion, but not written in stone. So at least you do have a deadline set.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And I need to do that because I started a book 5 years ago, and with life happening, I haven't been able to finish it, but I need to give myself a time frame and give myself a schedule, which a friend of mine is starting a book, and he said, I don't have the time and whatever. So I said, Robert, even if you wrote 1 page a day,
exactly.
Here you got 365 pages.
There you go. So, and that's good. And that's good advice. And that even like late at night, I have a little pad next to my bed because I might think of something and I just jot it down. And then I keep my computer and then I just keep adding it and keep adding it and keep adding it. So,
that's right.
It's interesting that you mentioned the pad by the bed because sometimes things come to me and, and I say, okay, I'll write it down later. Do you know that I cannot think?
You won't remember it.
You can't remember.
You can't remember it.
Right. So
and I learned that a while ago.
I got a pad by the bed and I don't care whatever. I don't care how sleepy I am. I'm going to write it down.
You'll get up and write it down because you're not going to remember it.
You're not going to. Isn't that strange?
That's just how our brain thought process is. I learned that in my class when I was in counseling. You have to have it by your bed because you're not going to, you think in your mind, oh, I'm going to remember that.
Right. Yeah.
I put it in the notes section of my phone because my phone's always
here we go.
Always there.
I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm gonna write it down.
I put it in the notes section because sometimes I call myself Etch-a-Sketch. I said I shake my head and it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll take that one. I like that one. Dottie, you come up with some good sayings. I'm gonna be stealing your sayings all over the place. So, Dr. Williams, do you have any parting, encouraging words for our audience before we close out?
Oh, yes, I do have some parting information. There is a book in every one of you.
Yes.
All you have to do is take the time, write down that one line and say, I want to write a book. I want to write about how to speak publicly or whatever the topic may be. And then you just start to make an outline. And like Dottie said, if you do 1 page a day, you have accomplished something. So there's a book in every single one of us. We just got to put it on paper and keep it moving. And my book, both of them are available on Amazon.com for $15. But if you would like to have your book personalized, you can inbox me, you can email me, and I can write you a nice little message and mail it to you.
Awesome.
Do you have any contact information you want to leave with our audience?
Yes. My name is Dr. Candy Williams. And my email is drcandy596@gmail.com.
Okay.
Dr. Candy596@gmail.com. And my Facebook is Candy Girl, or just plain Candy. And my Instagram is Dr. Candy, DrCandy.
Awesome.
Excellent.
I can be reached through Phyllis and Dottie J.
All right. Dottie J, do you have any closing words?
Yes. Life is a journey.
Absolutely. And we got to enjoy the
Absolutely.
ride.
And we have a
And our
journey and a
podcast will
ride.
be broadcast 2 times every month, and we will release it every second and fourth Sunday. We will announce each release the week prior so that you won't miss an episode. So sometimes it will be just me and Dottie J, and sometimes we will have special guests who are experts in subject matter, such as we had Dr. Candy today. So everyone, stay tuned. I'm Phyllis Tucker Saunders, along with my co-host Dottie J, and we're saying again,
Life is a journey.
enjoy the ride.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.